background noise that you hear is because we are doing this recording at Kosherfest 2021, which took place on Tuesday and Wednesday, November 9th and 10th. And we're going to be speaking to on tonight's program. We're going to be sharing the interviews that we captured when we were live at the Meadowlands Exposition Center at Kosherfest 2021. You're going to hear from people that are retailers, food developers, manufacturers, the length and breadth of everyone that's involved in the kosher food industry. We're going to be catching up with many. We're going to be sharing dozens of their conversations. So join us for the journey. It's going to be very intriguing, very interesting, and there's a lot of tips that actually people are going to be sharing, which you can probably use in your business to be successful. Now I have the honor of catching up with Garry Lichtenstein. Garry, shalom aleichem.
Hi, aleichem shalom, Yitzchok. What's up?
Thank you for joining me here on Mind Your Business.
My pleasure.
So, what brings you to Kosherfest?
So,
as those that know you understand, like, what type of question is that? But, please introduce your product, it's more than a product, your enterprise, I think is the best way of putting it.
Yep.
Yes, please, share.
So, it's about food, most of the show. So, when you're talking about actual food, you're talking about the prep for the food. So, we've got everything that has to do with the prep of the food, and that is your kitchen. So Culinary Depot is there from when you have an empty space, a blank page, you want to build your kitchen, up until the point where you have a kitchen and you need to furnish your kitchen. So we'll do consulting and designing, then we'll do all the coordinations up until the point where you have your kitchen. And when you walk into a kitchen, except just the walls, the floors, and the ceiling, which is done by a contractor, we'll have everything in there for you. And we'll sell you everything. Actually, I don't like to use the word selling. We'll help you out with from a small spoon till a huge walk-in box or a hood.
So is it fair to say your clients are nursing homes, a pizza store? Walk me through some of the range that you
have nursing homes, schools, pizza stores, restaurants, corporate cafes, jails, schools, I think we've mentioned, wedding halls, anything and everything. You have food, you need prep, we're there for you.
At what point when someone is developing their own, they're an entrepreneur and they're developing an idea, whatever it is going to be, a nursing home, a store, whatever it is, at what point should they be in contact with a company like yours? At what point in the process?
As soon as they made up their mind that they're going to do something and they know what they're going to do, and actually a piece of advice to people that they know they have a certain passion for a restaurant, let's say. Know what your restaurant is going to be about, what type of food, what type of style it's going to be. Know your menu before. Sometimes people come up and they're like, hey, I want to have a restaurant because I like food. What type of food do you like? Because we want to help you here. So that's going to give us an idea. But as soon as you're ready and you know what you want, just reach out to us and we're going to assist you further.
What's the website where people can reach out?
Our website is culinarydepot.com. Pretty simple to remember. We can be contacted. There you'll see our phone number and whatever it is, and we'll have different sales reps reach out to them and assist them in opening up their business and continuing to grow their business.
Garry, thank you for joining me here on 710 WOR.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you, Yitzchok.
Kol tov. And we're here at Kosherfest. That's the background noise. And now I have the pleasure of catching up with Joseph Silverstein and Jacob Menzer.
Otherwise known as Humble Yassel.
Humble Yassel. So, Shalom Aleichem.
Aleichem Shalom.
Okay, good. So what brings you to Kosherfest?
I didn't know up until now. When I see a fine, great person like you, it's an honor. It has been divinely ordained.
That's Emes. That's
and
allowed Emes.
I come here due to the courtesy of my boss, Yankee, Chef Yankee. The reason for Paprika Deli and for the great success in our business. Thank you, God.
That's right.
May you continue to bless this wonderful man.
Amen.
And to prosper and to make this business flourish better and better. The reason that we're here is basically to see how great and how successful Paprika has become, as we see the variety and the sundry. Basically everything we see here is in Yankee's menu.
Okay. So now we turn to Yankee. What's left?
In the deli department.
What's left to say?
Yeah, I came here
With such a spokesman.
Because we do food, we have a deli, as Yasl already said,
Right.
and everything in the kosher industry and in the food industry is exciting for us. So that's why we're here, and we're very excited.
Wow. Before I let you go, and before we go to a commercial break, perhaps
Not so fast.
Okay, not so good. Good. How could you each, please? I'm going to first turn to Rabbi Yossi and then to Rabbi Yankee. Could you share a piece of advice? Some business advice that that for the Olam, the tens of thousands of listeners here on the radio show could benefit from.
Thank you. That's a wonderful question, and you phrased it very, very professional. The answer is very simple. The answer is be yourself, be authentic, and try from a natural perspective to see a customer as a human being that is reaching out to you and wants to make you grow. See what's in it for yourself in a selfless lens, and that will create a life on its own, and it's sure to be a repeated customer to where the success lies, in my humble opinion.
This is great. All right, how are you going to outdo this one, Yankee?
I cannot outdo that, but I'll tell you what. The question was the best business advice I ever received.
Yeah.
I would say there's nothing that is bad. Every piece of advice is important,
It's useful,
and that what makes it what makes you improve. And you need to take it seriously, and you need to appreciate when someone comes over. You should look at it as someone that gives you free advice and helps you grow. The only way you can grow,
It's great. I'm going to jump in with Yankee. You know, I could see your creative mind, because most people is what's the best piece of advice, and they gave a piece of advice, and that's geweldig. But you're like you unpacked it. You're like, the single best piece of advice? I got thousands of pieces of advice. Why should I turn down any one of them? I say,
Why? Because everybody contributes a certain element
from there that HaKadosh Baruch Hu made them
unique,
and they
unique.
have unique,
Right.
and they have, and as we know, Partzufin Shalom, and everyone has their own advice and seichel and angle and approach.
You can always do a focus group and a tasting, but that's going to be like 10 people. But when you start hearing advice from just random people, so you get a clear view, a clear picture of where you're heading to.
Similar to a melody, you need all the notes combined together.
And all the musicians.
Yes.
Beautiful. Well,
I love the tempo in your voice.
Thank you.
You have a profession right there.
Thank you. I want to remind the listeners that you're listening to this on broadcast. That's great, but this will become a very popular YouTube episode.
Absolutely.
That's being viewed by tens of thousands. It's going to tens of thousands of people, and anyone who subscribes to a YouTube channel will automatically. YouTube channel is 710 WOR Mind Your Business. 710 WOR Mind Your Business. You will automatically be notified, as long as you have notifications turned on, when you're subscribed. We're going to go.
And good old Zev. Watch out, because here comes a voice contemporaneous to you.
All right, now I have the pleasure of catching up with the father-son duo, Yosef Busani and Jacob Busani. How are you? Jacob's been on. We met last at the JCon. I think that's what it was, a couple summers ago. How you doing? Welcome.
Very good.
All right.
Very good. Happy to be here.
Yes, thank you. Well, what brings you to Kosherfest?
To get some ideas and to be inspired to the other world.
Smart. And Jacob?
Also to help my father around, helping him get the right equipment, the right deals, the right inventory, and also to meet phenomenal people and to network.
Amazing. So, what's the name of the company? If people want to find out more information about what you do, it's a restaurant.
It's a restaurant. Sobo, New York, in Monsey, New York. It's actually the corner of 59 and 45.
Oh, location is everything, right? Location.
Yeah.
All right, first I'm going to turn to Yosef, and perhaps you could share there's tens of thousands of listeners, a great business tip, something from your life experience that you could share with the listeners on the radio.
If you believe in something and you think it's good enough for you, you can sell it to everybody.
Wow, short and sweet.
But you don't sell, you share with everybody. Just
Such
correct
a great
myself.
line. Don't try to push it.
No, share it
Don't
with
try
everybody.
to push it. Great. Now I turn to Jacob. Jacob, you have a lot to share, I know, but we are limited on time. Share a great tip.
I think the greatest tip that I've heard in business advice would be is that if your gut tells you something, almost all the time it's right. And sometimes you just gotta come out of your comfort zone and just jump to whatever your heart says.
Go with your gut. Go with your gut.
Go with the gut.
It's great having you on the show.
Thank you very much. It's
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Hatzlacha.
Thank you, thank you.
too.
Hatzlacha for everybody.
That's right.
Bruchim to you.
Okay, and now we're catching up with Jonah Goldstein. Jonah, welcome to Mind Your Business.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, what brings you to Kosherfest?
Actually, I'm a student in KCC, Kosher Community Center in Brooklyn, New York.
Very nice, very nice. So, perhaps what's the website of the entity that you're with here today?
It's called koshercommunitycenter.com, I think.
All right, enjoying yourself?
Yes.
All right, are you gonna eat a lot?
Not a lot, but I lost 90 pounds.
Not bad. 90 pounds, not bad. All right, wishing you best of luck.
Thank you.
Take care. All right, now we have the pleasure of catching up with Mordy Pascal. Mordy, did I say it right?
Pascal, but close.
Pascal. All right, so we got it. And you are with which company?
I did some work for Hammond Packaging.
Okay.
They do custom gift boxes.
Okay.
I'm actually a lighting designer. I designed the lighting for the booth. They have what is, in my opinion, the nicest booth in Kosherfest. Definitely the best lighting of any booth in Kosherfest.
So your day in and day out job, if we could say, or career, is what? Is lighting design?
Lighting design. I also source and do installations for lighting, but primarily I'm a lighting designer.
At what point, when someone is building out a business, do they contact someone like yourself?
When they realize that they want their lighting done correctly. That's the short answer.
What's the website where people can find out more information?
Right now, my website's under construction, but I'm on Instagram, Refresh Lighting NJ. And I won't find all my information over there.
And you have nice pictures of your work?
Yes, it's got some great pictures, and you'll see some nice stuff from Kosherfest too.
Morty, before I let you go, perhaps you could share a tip. Something that like day in and day out, you do all types of work, and what's a great tip that you could share with people that that they could have as a takeaway, great business advice?
So when I started off, I didn't have much resources or anything to go big, but I was starting off driving an old beat-up Honda Civic. I had a folding ladder on my back. I would go to a job, and I was doing installations myself because I was making more money that way, and I was just a small company. And I was sitting there on the job, YouTubing, how do you hang up a light? Don't tell the people I hung that up for. That's how I did it. But that's how I got started. And through that kind of work, not being scared to get my hands dirty and doing the things that I didn't want to be doing in the long run, I was able to be successful. And Baruch Hashem, I am now designing some larger stores and some real jobs. That is what my goal was.
It's a great tip because, some people think, that you could become a CEO by 22. And it just doesn't work like that. You got to first drive that old, beat-up Honda Civic. Morty, thank you for joining me here on Mind Your Business.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Hatzlacha.
Thank you.
All right, now I have the pleasure of catching up with Lipa Ribat. Lipa, welcome to Mind Your Business.
Thank you.
All right, please get closer to the mic. We have a lot to talk about.
All right, we're here.
Now, you have a lot of fans surrounding the booth.
Yes.
Now, those that are listening, they're not able to picture that. And on YouTube, yes, there are a lot of people surrounding the booth. And I was told you got a wicked cholent.
Yeah, Baruch Hashem, yes.
So, first of all, talk about your operation.
All right, so it's about half a year ago. There was a storefront vacant, and I went in there.
You saw opportunity.
I saw an opportunity, and I went in there, and I started cooking slowly. A few items. I started off with cholent, chicken fingers. I have cholent every day of the week, starting from Sunday through Thursday.
Beautiful.
And then I got some chicken fingers, and every day I'm adding slowly to the menu, and it's just, for right now, it's just my few key items, and it's just going great.
And again, what's the name of the operation?
It's called Lipa's Munch. That's 1001 Madison Avenue.
Yeah, location.
Location on Route 9, 1001 Madison Avenue.
Oh, wow. So now, you interact with a lot of people and you make a lot of people happy.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So what could you share, like a customer service tip? What's a good tip to share in order to make sure that your clients are satisfied and happy?
All right, so I have a good friend, Butch Epstein, and he's my role model in the business.
Okay.
And I learned from him. Always give someone a smile, make sure he has what he needs, and just get him, as quick as possible, try to get him what he needs and try to get him out the door with a big smile. That's...
Lipa, what great advice. What great advice. And how important is it? So many people out there, they're a little verkrimped maybe, and they're a little...
No,
whatever. Come
true,
on,
especially my
slap
store.
on
I
the smile.
got so many people coming in, and they're all coming to see my smile, so I try to give everyone that smile. You know what I'm saying? That's the key of my business right now, is a smile, a little bit of food, and make people happier in Lakewood.
Lipa, it's great to have you on the show. Thank you for joining me here on Mind
Thank
Your
you
Business.
so much. Have a great day. See you all at 1001 Madison Avenue, all right?
Give him a hand.
Mickey the Cone guy. Mickey the Cone guy. All right.
All right, now I'm here with Abe Singer. Abe, welcome to Mind Your Business on 710.
Mind Your Business.
Yeah.
I like that.
How do you like the name?
Mind Your Business.
710 WOR and the iHeart Radio Network. Abe, what brings you to Kosherfest?
What brings me to Kosherfest? That is a good question. Well, I have a company. It's called On the Spot Media.
Okay, and explain what you do.
So it is a marketing / advertising business.
Mm-hmm.
We basically focus on one specific niche, which is we place Purell hand sanitizer stands in various locations, and we have advertising space on top of the Purell stands.
Nice.
So businesses that want to be seen in specific locations to a specific clientele.
When was your business founded?
It was actually founded about 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah, it's not
pre-COVID.
It's not a it was not a post-COVID phenomenon,
enterprise.
but it did help. It did help a little bit.
I was going to say it should. All right. Perhaps is there something you could share that you've learned along the way that you could say, I want to share this tip with the tens of thousands of listeners of Mind Your Business?
Oh, wow. No pressure, right? If there's a tip I learned along the way.
It could be, and by the way, for all our Lakewood listeners out there, you're no stranger to Lakewood.
No, I live in Toms River, New Jersey now.
Okay.
South of Lakewood.
Okay.
We were trying to go as south as Florida, but we only made it to Toms River.
And I understand you're involved with the leagues there.
Yes.
What do you do?
Yeah, there is a Jewish league, or a kosher league, we'll call it. Mm-hmm. It's called the LBA. Mm-hmm. And so I actually do some voiceovers and highlights for.
Do you
the
call
LBA.
play-by-play? Do you say score? Do you do that kind of thing?
So I've done actually a live event recently. It was the LBA leagues, baseball. It was a softball game versus the Lakewood police officers.
Oh man! Wait, did you have to call balls and strikes?
So there was an umpire doing that.
Okay. Phew. What about calling home runs, or were there any?
There were lots of home runs, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a booth set up. There was a DJ Kraz. He actually did a great job. They had.
Was that Blue Claws? Where did it take place?
They did it at Pine Park Fields, the good old Pine Park Fields in Lakewood, New Jersey. Yeah, we had a booth set up, and they had a really good speaker system.
Hey, before I let you go, what's the website where people can find out more about your services?
So for the marketing, the Purell stands, the targeted marketing, it's otsmediallc.com.
Excellent. Great. Thanks for stopping by here at Kosherfest.
Thanks.
Take care. All right. Yes, we're here at Kosherfest 2021. And now I have the pleasure of catching up with Keith Jones. Keith.
How you doing this morning?
Hey, you look great.
I don't know. I'm trying to get it in, but just
come on.
I don't look as good as you, but I'm always trying.
By the way, even though this is broadcast, but we're videoing as well, so people are going to see what I'm talking about on YouTube when this goes live. Keith, what brings you to Kosherfest?
Well, I'm with Honey Smoked Fish, and this is our 28th year in business, and The division that I work for, we do one thing and we do one thing only, the world's greatest hot smoked salmon. So in my mind, I understand that some people out here on the on the East Coast, they like their smoked salmon. So I'm coming out here to put ours to the test.
We certainly do. All right. Now, you've been in business for nearly 3 decades. That's a long time.
Yes, sir.
What's the secret of your success?
Okay, so I'm so glad you asked me that question, because if we could boil it down to one thing and one thing only, it is that we are the only hot smoked salmon manufacturer in the category that is always fresh and never frozen. Let me say that again. We are the only hot smoked salmon manufacturer in the category that is always fresh and never frozen.
So you're not a million things to a million people.
Exactly.
You are one thing to 8 billion people.
Exactly. We do one thing and one thing only, and we do it to the best of our capabilities.
Amazing. Keith, before I let you go, what's the website of your business?
Okay, you can go to honeysmokefish.com, and then we have all kinds of information available there, and we would love to hear from everyone, and we appreciate you guys having us stop in so we can have a little chit-chat. And listen, you and your team, you get to come to booth 611.
All right.
And have some
We're taking you up on this.
Yes, have some of our great salmon, and then you could drop us a plug throughout the day and say, that was the best salmon I ever had, and I'm going to have to talk to that guy.
Keith, thank you for joining me here on
My
Mind Your
friend,
Business.
thank you so much, and y'all have a wonderful day.
Amazing.
And come see us at booth 611.
Amazing. All right, now I have the pleasure of catching up with Avi Linnaman.
Hi.
Avi, how are you?
I'm very good, and you?
So I understand you came in from France.
Yes, exactly.
All right. What brings you to Kosherfest?
Well, I think it's the largest kosher fest that there is in the world, and it's the place, I think, to be if you want to launch a kosher product.
Okay, so are you launching a kosher product? I hope I'm not putting you on the spot. I mean,
No,
you're
it's
here.
good. Yeah.
Are you here exploring, or you actually have something that you're
we
developing?
have now a product that is ready to be on the market.
Okay. What line? Describe it a little bit.
So we're making spirits, especially in the brandy section.
Okay.
So, in France, everything has a name based on its place. So we are in Armagnac, who's under Bordeaux. So there's Bordeaux, there's the Cognac region, where they do cognac, the spirits made out of grapes. And then there's Armagnac, where we are.
Now, just to frame it for all the listeners that are listening throughout the Northeast here in America, what would you, how far is it from you? You live in Paris?
Yes, I do.
How far is it from Paris?
500 kilometers.
Okay. In which direction?
South.
South. You head there by train, or you just hop on
Train.
By train?
It's 3 hours and a half.
Wow. Perhaps could you share, I know you're at the perhaps infancy of your business, the beginning of the business, but what tip would you share already at this point that you've already seen that this is just a principle, a foundational idea that I see is working for me?
Well, I think that the main point is always you should believe in your product, because if you don't, nobody's going to be able to.
If you don't believe in it yourself,
exactly,
then how do you expect someone else to?
Exactly.
Avi, it's great catching up with you. Is there a website already for your...
So, yeah, there's a website in construction, obviously, but it's armagnacbruchot.com. So, Armagnac like the drink, and Bruchot like the company.
Wishing you great success, Avi.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you. All right, now I have the pleasure of catching up with Gabriel Cohen. Gabriel, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, what brings you to Kosherfest?
Well, basically and primarily is to find out what are the new products on the market for the kosher food. And because I believe that more and more the kosher world is growing, and we need to find the new product, and I'm amazed of the new development in the food. I think it's great because it gives more opportunity for people to eat kosher.
That's right. Where are you from?
I'm from Montreal, Quebec.
Okay. And what line can you describe your company or What exactly do you do?
Well, we're basically, obviously, we're catering to the kosher world, and we're into more dry food than any frozen or fresh. Speaking of oils, and we're into some vegetables, vacuum packed, and all that stuff.
Gabriel, thank you for stopping by and joining me here on 710 WOR.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, and now I'm catching up with Joel Weinberger. Joel, thank you for joining me here on 710 WOR.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so what brings you to Kosherfest?
So I'm here to help promote companies that are kosher certified overseas that want to get exposure in the kosher market. They got certified probably because usually a company that's buying from them said they needed kosher and they got the kosher, and we're trying to help them basically use that hammer that they have to hammer in a few more nails in the kosher market and get more sales.
Where, I see it says over there, Los Angeles. So you're from LA?
Yeah, I'm based in LA.
Very
I travel to our offices worldwide, and I'm in charge of the offices in India, Sri Lanka, and the Philippines.
Fantastic. How can people get in touch with you and find out more information about what you do?
So you could reach us through the Star K. What's
the website?
It's a star-k.org.
And don't know to reach out to Joel Weinberger?
Don't know to reach out to Joel Weinberger. If you want anything about that region of the world, that's my responsibility in India, Sri Lanka, Philippines, and we do other countries in that region too.
Amazing. Joel, thank you for stopping by and joining me here on Mind Your Business.
Thank you.
All right. Yep, we're here at Kosherfest 2021, and now I'm catching up with Ira Perlmutter. Ira, thank you for joining me here on Mind Your Business.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Okay, what brings you to Kosherfest?
Well, looking for opportunities. You know, I have a beautiful business. I help rescue and save companies that are in financial challenges, and it's very rewarding work to be able to help people, and that's what I love to do.
So fascinating. I mean, you kind of look out for companies that are struggling, they're in financial distress, and then you say, wait a second, there's diamond in the rough here. Don't let it go to waste. Don't just throw it out. There's some opportunity here.
100%. And it could be a company that's poised for tremendous growth, but just doesn't have the capital they need to grow properly. And as a result, they're struggling with their working capital needs. And we come in and we help them, and, you know, we're very interested in backing promising companies.
So let me ask you, from your experience, and you've been out there for a while, what's a good business tip that you could share with the listeners of 710 WOR?
I would tell you this, very, very important to have good accounting. If you don't have a good accounting dashboard, you don't know your speedometer, you don't know if your oil is low. You've got to have good financial accounting measures so you know the success or otherwise of your business, because otherwise you just don't know it.
And that's whether you're sailing along or if, God forbid, someone is struggling, know what's going on.
100%, because many times you might have a few products that are very successful, but some that are less successful. But if you don't really know what the true gross profit margins are, what is it costing you to get it out there, you could be bleeding and not really know it.
Ira, this perhaps is the most important tip I've heard yet.
Oh, wow, geez, thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ira.
Take care. God bless you. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and now here again, we're at Kosherfest 2021, and I have the pleasure of catching up with LaTonya King. How are you?
Great, nice to meet you.
Yes, thank you for joining me here on 710 WOR.
Thank you.
So what brings you to Kosherfest?
King Prefer being the first black kosher certified baking mix business in the world.
Wow, could you unpack that? That sounds fascinating.
I know.
Explain it.
Well, just cake mix business, family recipes that I converted, formulated into a quick mix. There was no other Southern recipes that could duplicate what was served on my kitchen table, and I want the world to experience that because this is what we did every Sunday. So this has given me the opportunity of Southern food from the black family heritage mingling with the Jewish community, so we can all just...
What's the website of your business?
kingpreferred.com.
Nice. Before I let you go, you've been in business, you mentioned to me off the air, nearly a decade. You have life experience. Perhaps you could share a good tip from the experience that you have in business that you could share with the tens of thousands of listeners of Mind Your Business?
Everybody has a service within them. My service was food, and everybody eats food. So,
it's true.
So, but I wanted to put love in it, bring people together at a table. So every no that I faced, that meant I need to figure out what to make it to bring it here, and that's what I did. I just continued to work.
That is special. LaTonya, thank you for joining me here on Mind Your Business.
Thank you.
Amazing. All right, Kosherfest 2021. Now I'm catching up with Avi. Avi Goldman or Ari Golden?
Avi Goldman.
I got it right the first time. All right. So Avi, what brings you to Kosherfest?
So I was walking because festival is awesome.
Yeah.
But then I saw you and I say, oh, I want to talk with you about maybe aphasia and IMC. Yeah.
So what exactly, what industry are you in? What do you do professionally?
So before I was a critical care flight paramedic in New York City, North Shore LIJ and Columbia Presbyterian. And then I was going to go to medical school, but first I have a surgery, and in the surgery I have a stroke and aphasia. So now is me and a speech pathology together talk with aphasia, EMS, police, hospitals, radio, TV about aphasia.
Fascinating, because thank God for what you've been through. You look great.
Thank you.
You do.
Thank you.
Again, those that are going to be watching on YouTube, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah.
Avi, thank you so much for stopping by.
No, not a problem. Thank you.
Good luck. All right, and now I have the pleasure of catching up with Dr. Ira Korenblit. Dr. Korenblit, Shalom Aleichem. Welcome to Mind Your Business.
My pleasure.
What brings you to Kosherfest?
My car. I generally come here at each show. As a writer, I enjoy seeing the new creations, the new creativity, and so on and so forth.
Got you. So describe, what do you do? And besides, you're a writer, but I understand
I'm
you also...
I'm a psychoanalyst by profession. One of my hobbies is handwriting analysis, which I've been doing for years and years, and I do it for individuals, shidduchim, businesses, etc.
Wow. So could you share any secrets on that on the radio?
Of course.
Okay, we're ready.
Well, people assume that their handwriting changes. It does not. I tell, when I lecture about it, if you wear a red hat, the next day you come in with a green hat, you don't change.
Okay.
So the same thing with handwriting. It might seem different, but for someone who understands the mechanics, intricacies, the science of it, it's telltale. Everything is telltale.
Fascinating. So are there any tips of, let's say, for someone that's hiring, any tips you could share that a business should look out for when they're looking at someone's handwriting?
Very sure. Sir, a person's handwriting is really, it's like an x-ray of their brain, their thinking, their feeling. You can tell honesty and dishonesty, whether they're motivated or not motivated, whether they will complete a task, etc.
Wow.
etc.
So do you actually service companies, let's say, in their hiring process, they want to send something to you so they can get your take?
Very often they'll send me handwritings and ask me should they hire that individual or not.
Fascinating. How can people get in touch with you?
Dr.Ari, Korenblit @gmail.com or 917-309-6318.
Dr. Korenblit, thank you for joining me here on Mind Your Business.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Hatzlacha to you.
Amen, you too. And now I have the pleasure of catching up with Felipe Kleiman. How are you?
I'm fine. Baruch
Where are
Hashem.
you from?
I am from Brazil, from São Paulo.
Beautiful.
And I'm the founder and CEO of the company KLM Kosher Consulting, and we are specialized in the kosher beef business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Maybe talk a little bit about it. Tell me some of the trends that are going on in that industry.
So in our region, which I mean is Mercosur, Brazil, Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay. Together, these four countries deliver 85% of the kosher beef imported by Israel. Mm-hmm. The number 5 competitor is Poland, and
Shchit is out, right?
Yeah, in this very moment, some movements are happening in the market. So Poland has a date to stop. They ban the shchita, And Poland is a very...
Even though, just for full disclosure, that's probably the most humane way to have meat. But that's for a different day.
Definitely, a different day. Yeah, so we can talk only about the real issue of animal welfare. So Poland in 2025 will stop totally to produce kosher beef, which will create a lack of supplying for all Europe and also for Israel, because they are the number 5. So after only the 4 countries from South America. So the market is living a very challenging moment, but full of opportunities. Yeah. And not because I am from South America, but the place to go is South America. We have several slaughterhouses, is about 40 slaughterhouses that deliver 85% of the imported meat by Israel.
Awesome.
And we have a potential to double or even to triple this amount. Yeah.
How can people find out more information? What's the website?
Our website is klmkosher.com.
Wow,
yeah.
Nice and easy.
It's
KLM Kosher.
KLM Kosher. It's not the air company.
The airline.
Yeah. And we are happy to
engage any conversation
to have conversations with clients, actual suppliers, companies that want to get into this business. Yeah, and a lot of opportunities, having shortage of production in America. So all the world will need source differently the kosher beef in the near future.
Felipe, thank you for joining me here on 710 WOR.
Thank you very much, Yitzchok.
Kol Tuv.
Kol Tuv.
Okay, now I have the pleasure of catching up with Joel Schwartz. Shalom Aleichem. All right, talk into the mic, please. Atazai, fine, good. Okay, what brings you to Kosherfest?
We came to see who we can help with branding.
Wow, very nice.
And
so
visit a few clients.
Very nice. Where do you operate out of?
Monroe, New York.
Very nice. So talk about what you do.
Branding. So that's the shortest answer for it, and the long answer for it would be differentiate businesses, brands from their competitors, so people know exactly how they're different. And by people, I mean their clients and their team members. Everyone involved knows exactly why them and not everyone else.
What's the website of your company?
Celebrand.com.
Very nice. Hatzlacha.
Thank you.
Kol Tuv. All right, here at Kosherfest 2021, we're catching up with Yehuda Lipkin.
Hello. Welcome to the show, 710.
Right. Hey,
yes,
you see, we have all types of guests.
Yes, sir.
Yehuda, you got a ball of energy. It's amazing.
Yes, indeed.
Talk about yourself.
I'm a professional dancer. I've been teaching choreography for about 6 years.
Nice.
I am a professional rapper. I have a album coming out next month.
What's it going to be called?
It's going to be titled Yoda's Matrix. I'm not sure about the exact title yet.
Okay.
But something to do with the Matrix. And,
okay.
Days we're living in, crazy times we're living in now. Everyone's trying to track everybody. Everyone's trying to put stuff in everybody else. I'm a very big advocate of organic living and, healthy living just naturally. If you need any mental health advice, I'm a mental health coach on my off time. And I teach breakdancing.
Now, Yehuda, how can people find out more information? How
well,
can they get in
you
touch
can
with
go to my Facebook page. It's called Yoda Herb Productions on Facebook, and you can find me at Fred Lipkin on Facebook also. And there's a Instagram page called Yoda Word. Word.
Yehuda,
Yes,
before
sir.
I let you go, I want to ask you a question, because you look like a guy that's, Hashem blessed you with a lot of talent, a lot of energy. You look like a lot of fun. What's a great tip that you could share with people? Say, always keep this in mind to be successful.
So there's always the think good, do good, and be good. As long as you go into an opportunity or a business transaction, you always have to just think positively, never judge anybody. And number 3, try to invest in a car before you really get deep into the wine industry, because you're going to need to be traveling a lot. Or just have
Uber's great, but it only
a lot
goes
of miles
so far.
on your Delta Sky miles. That's for sure. That definitely helps.
Yehuda, thanks for stopping
All right,
by.
have a beautiful day, and if you need a DJ, you know who to call. All right.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Have a great day.
Okay, and now I have the pleasure of catching up with
Rochelle Rothman.
Hi, please come closer to the mic. Okay, what brings you to Kosherfest?
Two things. First of all, I represent the Flatbush Jewish Journal newspaper. I'm a weekly columnist.
Sure.
Talk about food, health, and Tupperware.
So I'm going to ask you a question. You've been in business for a couple of years.
52 years.
52 years. Whoa. Okay.
I tell people I started when I was 5.
So what could you share from life experience? A great business tip.
First of all, do what you love. If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. I learned how to cook and be a good alabaster through Tupperware, not expecting it. I'm a mother of a number of children, and over the years I learned how to cook properly so that even though my husband had good medical insurance, he was willing to try my food.
I say it took a couple of years. You admitted that.
Right, but the truth is that I found people need help. Most women do not know their way around the kitchen, and with Tupperware's experience, it gave me the way to share with people. And over the years, when the Flatbush Jewish Journal became a newspaper 11 years ago, it became a weekly columnist there. Nice. Also the Torah Times and the Jewish Press occasionally too.
Nice. How could people get in touch with you?
Very easily, my.tupperware.com/Rochelle Rothman. I'm a custom kitchen planning expert. I organize pantries. If you have 3 cluttered shelves, when I'm done, you have 2 organized, 1 empty. I'm an excellent for the freezer. I had authored a cookbook around 20 years ago called Not Just a Cookbook. So through those recipes, I share it with people through the FJJ.
Thank you so much for joining me here on Mind Your Business. Kosherfest 2021. Now I'm catching up with Wincy Barreau. Did I pronounce the name right?
Yes, you did. Thank you so much.
Okay, what brings you to Kosherfest?
Well, I'm with my company, Nutrition for Longevity, and we are currently becoming kosher and halal certified December 1st.
Nice.
And we are here just to scope out the different vendors and just to be able to share our information and our product to the consumers here. We're super excited to venture out into this sector.
Into the kosher market.
Yes, definitely. And just to get our products out, we're just super excited to be here.
It's amazing. Before I let you go, what's the website of your company? How can people find out more information?
Yes, they could definitely find us www.nutritionforlongevity.com, and you'll get every single information you need from us about our company, our mission statement, and everything that we do.
Wincy, thank you for joining me here.
Thank you.
On Mind Your Business. Such great advice shared by the guests that joined me here on Mind Your Business from Kosherfest 2021. And many of these tips are going to turn into business class clips. For those that want to follow us on Instagram, and those that follow us on Instagram, you automatically receive it in your feed every day. We're at Business Class Clips on Instagram. And those that want to receive the daily broadcast, and it was so special. I got stopped by so many people here at Kosherfest because, again, the Business Class Clips, which is just a 1-minute clip on an important business topic. And thank you to everyone that stopped me about those great clips. They're under basically around a minute every single day. Many people receive them through WhatsApp, a daily WhatsApp message broadcast that goes out. You could receive it yourself. It's free. All you have to do is text sign up to 718-594-6519. Again, text sign up, just 2 words, that simple. Sign up to 718-594-6519, and you will automatically receive daily, every 6 days a week, Sunday through Friday, the daily business class clip. All right, and we're back. Joel Forta joins me here on the set. Thank you.
Hi,
Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, I understand you're from Aventura, South Florida.
Yep.
Okay, what brings you to Kosherfest?
So we have a line of health supplements called Full Life. Our flagship product is a pain relief supplement, all natural.
Wow.
It's been on the market for approximately 15 years.
Okay.
Been a #1 bestseller for 10, helping tens of thousands of people with chronic pain, joint pain, inflammation, and so on.
And it's available at the health food store?
It's available. So 2 years ago, we decided to make it kosher.
Okay.
And we launched it in the kosher market, and it really took off like wildfire. We have thousands of testimonials how it's helped people. And it really is a wonderful all-natural product.
Amazing. Before I let you go, what's the website? How can people find out more information?
So they can go to fulllifedirect.com, or they can get us directly by phone, 1-800-305-3043, or it's also available on Amazon called Reuma Art, Reumaart.
Joel, thank you for joining me here on Mind Your Business.
Thank you for having me.
And now I have the pleasure of catching up with, I don't want to ruin this, Sion Gelgor. Shalom Aleichem.
Aleichem shalom.
A long distance Shalom Aleichem.
Thank you.
So you're from?
Cape Town, South
Cape
Africa.
Cape Town, South Africa. Welcome. How long are you in for?
For 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Beautiful. So what brings you to Kosherfest?
So we've got a brand of kosher wine called Cape Jewel Wines, made in South Africa. We do a full range, 4 red wines, 4 white wines, grape juice. And we want to distribute in the US. We distribute it in Israel, Australia, South Africa, and we're trying to enter the US market.
Do you are you already established with a distributor here in the US?
We're busy looking, we're busy in negotiation, and hopefully please God soon.
Amazing. Amen. Before I let you go, what's your website? People can find out more information.
CapeJewelWines.co.za. ZA is for South Africa, so it's CapeJewelWines.co.za.
Amazing. Sion, thank you for joining me here on Mind Your Business.
Thank you.
Yeah, the background noise is Kosherfest 2021, and now I have the chance of catching up with
Sarah Maltz from Wheelers Cookies.
Hello. So what brings you to Kosherfest?
So we are a gluten-free bakery that we carry a lot of products that actually help people. The idea is it's way less. So it's a cookie that can keep you full. It's low calorie, it's low carb, it's gluten-free, it tastes great, and
so it's not just for Pesach.
Not just for Pesach, although we do have a Pesach cookie.
I would imagine.
It's delicious.
Okay. And what are your top 2 or 3 hottest products?
So we have a quinoa chocolate chip cookie, and we have a peanut butter cookie.
Can I head over? The booth is still open, right?
It's right
There's
down
a little
there.
bit left?
Oh yeah, there's definitely more samples left.
Before I let you go, what's the website of your company?
It's whalescookies.com.
Hatzlacha.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
All right, now I have the pleasure of catching up with Danny Misraki. Danny, welcome.
How are you? Hi, nice to meet you.
Same here. So what brings you to Kosherfest? What's your
My
line?
product.
Your product. What is
we
it?
We carry a gelato company that have very unique gelato ice cream with sorbet.
So
Parv and vegan.
And vegan.
Vegan and dairy.
Beautiful.
Halal Israel.
Beautiful. Tell us, what's the website of your company so people can find it for more information?
Sure, it's miele@gelato.com.
How do you spell it?
MIELEGELATO.com.
Hatzlacha Rabba.
Thank you very much.
This wraps up an amazing edition of Mind Your Business. Again, that was recorded live at Kosherfest 2021. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe to this channel and be notified every single time a new video goes live. Don't miss out on any of the weekly interviews that I have with top business leaders, sometimes Fortune 500 executives. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications.